The Kardashian celebrity, who underwent a hip replacement in 2022, tearfully confided in her family during a visit to Aspen. Kris, aged 68, revealed surprising news during a family dinner in Season 5, Episode 7 of The Kardashians last Thursday. The family matriarch engaged her daughters Khloe Kim and Kendall Jenner in a peek and pit game, where they shared the highlights and challenges of their skiing trip. "I wanted to tell you guys something because I hadn't told you yet," she said, wiping away tears. "You know, I went to the doctor and I had my scan. They found, and this just makes me really emotional, but they found a cyst and like a little tumor on my ovary. And so I went to the doctor and Dr. A said I have got to have my ovaries taken out. And I am just really emotional about it because you know they came in handy with you guys. I am emotional about it because that's where all my kids were conceived and that's where they were grown, in my tummy, and so that's a very sacred place to me," she said in confessional. Khloe then mentioned that Kourtney, who was recuperating at home after the birth of her son Rocky, was on the phone, and asked Kris if she wanted to share the news with her at that moment. "Yeah, I am just getting a little bit of surgery because I have a tumor on my ovary, so they are gonna remove them," Kris told her eldest child. "Remove your ovaries?" Kourtney asked in disbelief. "But it's just, you know, the emotional part for me is just having that gone," Kris replied. Kris recounted her hip replacement surgery, documented in Season 2 of The Kardashians. During the emotional episode, she described experiencing issues with her hip and a torn knee, which led to the surgery being filmed. "If I can get through the hip replacement, I can get through this. I am not nervous to be put to sleep. I am not nervous with Dr. A," Kris told her family. "She's the best doctor in the world, but then you go to do it and it's so real." "I would feel the same way," Kourtney replied over the phone. "I mean, I totally understand how my mom is feeling because I would feel the same way," she added in confessional. "It's like your womanly power, and it doesn't mean that it's like taking away, you know, who she is or what she's experienced, but I would feel this like sentimental feeling of what it's created." Kris said through tears, "It's also a thing about getting older and it's like a sign of like we are done with, you know, part of your life. It's a whole chapter that's just closed. It's so sad," she added, as Kim hugged her and said, "You are gonna be okay. It's the dumbest thing, but I love you guys and I just wanted you to know," the momager said, sniffling. "Should we have a farewell ovaries party? And we should eat everything in the shape of," Kim suggested, laughing. Kris Jenner is the matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner family, who rose to fame with her 6 children after starring on the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kris was first married to the late Robert Kardashian, famously known as O.J. Simpson's defense attorney in his 1995 murder trial. They split in 2015, around the time that Bruce transitioned and changed her name to Caitlyn. Kris met her current boyfriend, Corey Gamble, in August 2014, and they have been together ever since. Kris manages her daughters' widely successful careers, and they have continued their reality TV run with the Kardashians on Hulu shortly after KUWTK ended. Jenner's alarming news comes after Khloe's 2022 skin cancer scare. The 39-year-old opened up on social media about having a melanoma spot removed. Khloe posted a mirror selfie on Instagram, focusing closely on her cheek. In her caption, she mentioned, "Not that the arrow is necessary to point out the large indentation on my face, but after having a tumor removed, I was left with this indentation. I am definitely not complaining because I would rather have an indentation than melanoma any day," she continued. "I am so incredibly grateful to all the doctors who helped and continue to help me with my skin cancer journey." Khloe, co-founder of Good American, also chronicled her health journey in Season 3 of The Kardashians. During that period, Jenner expressed deep concern over her daughter's health news. On the other side, Kris Jenner expressed openness to having baby number 7 during a recent episode of The Kardashians on Hulu. The 68-year-old momager made the surprising remark while discussing Malika Hack's desire for a second child with Khloe Kardashian and Scott Disick. "I would be pregnant right now if I could," Kris said. Kris, who has 6 children from previous relationships with Robert Kardashian and Caitlyn Jenner spanning from 1979 to 1997, and has been in a relationship with Corey Gamble since 2014, mentioned that she feels she just can't be pregnant at this stage. But Khloe pointed out that her mom was wrong. "You know you can," she said. "You know your uterus doesn't age. So you are good if you want to carry her baby." Malika added, "You can carry for me. You can be my surrogate." However, Kris politely declined Malika's offer. "No, it's okay," she said. During the discussion about pregnancy within the group, Kris empathized with Malika's desire to have more children. "I know what it must feel like to want a sibling to have for your baby, because I always had that feeling deep down in my heart and soul," Kris said in a confessional. "That's why I had 6 kids," she added. "I had a baby at 23, and then every couple years I had a baby for a while, and then I got married and had 2 more. so that was my passion. Khloe noted that her mom struggled with infertility before conceiving Kendall and Kylie, the youngest of the Jenner siblings. I had Kendall when I was 40, Kris said in a confessional. I really wanted Kendall to have a sibling that was closer in age to her. So I had Kylie when I was 41, and it wasn't easy. I got terrible gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with Kylie. And with Kendall, I remember having a miscarriage right before, so I was nervous the whole time. Talking about Corey Gamble, a decade later, Kris Jenner remains deeply in love with Corey Gamble. During the May 30th episode of The Kardashians, Kris and Corey traveled to Europe for Paris Fashion Week to cheer on Kendall Jenner at the L'Oreal show. Amidst the bustling event, the couple cherished moments together, with Kris revealing that Paris held special meaning for her and Corey. I love being in Paris with Corey because Corey and I started dating in Paris, so he always plans a really special night for us while we are here, she explained. Upon arriving at their dinner, Kris quipped, "Why do I feel like I am on an episode of The Bachelorette?" She certainly wasn't far off, as she noted the intimate meal featured an outdoor dining experience, complete with a full moon, the glittering Eiffel Tower in view, and us without kids. In a personal interview, Kris shared further insights into her relationship with Corey, addressing their significant 25-year age difference. I used to say to Corey all the time when I first started dating him, like, why do you want to date somebody who is older than you? She recalled. I didn't get the age gap, and then he taught me that age is just a number. It's a big number, but it's a number. She then added, listen, I can't explain someone's chemistry or why people fall in love, but it's been an amazing almost 10 years, and we have a great time. Kris and Corey first crossed paths in August 2014 during their attendance at fashion designer Riccardo Tisci's 40th birthday celebration in Ibiza. Their relationship blossomed shortly thereafter and has remained strong ever since. While they generally keep their romance private, Kris and Corey occasionally appear together at red carpet events, express their admiration for each other on social media, and even shared a holiday card in 2022. Corey has made appearances on episodes of both Keeping Up with the Kardashians and The Kardashians. In early 2021, Kris spoke to WSJ magazine about Corey, describing him as an invaluable support system who is dearly loved by her family. He's the greatest guy, and he's just an amazing support system for me, and he really gives me a lot of strength and insight. He's a great sounding board, and he loves my kids and my mom, and they love him, she said. In an interview with People during the launch of her new personal branding masterclass in July 2022, Kris discussed how her longtime partner has been a supportive influence throughout her career. I think Corey is super. He's an amazing guy, she said. He's really supportive and he's really dialed into a lot of the different things. He's very knowledgeable about a lot of the things that I work on, and he really helps me in trying to think through some of the decisions I make. He's such a great person to bounce things off of. I really love his point of view on things. She also noted that Corey is a people person who thrives helping me navigate such a huge team and all the things that are happening. Everybody needs somebody to sort of run something by and help make decisions about the littlest things. It could be a travel, or it could be what you are doing that evening, or it could be what's going on at the office today. But it's really great to have him, she added. Like, share and subscribe.